Hey, Papa with the Doc.
And the Duchess.
And we're live. What are we up to today, Duchess?
Today we are popping our brand new Easter Kettle Corn. We have never done it before. It has got 2 different flavors in it and an extra chocolatey treat. Should we tell them what it is?
No.
Oh, okay, it's a surprise. Sorry.
All right.
We're also live on TikTok behind the scenes. What do we use?
Sugar cane, Duchess. We got blue raspberry, first one.
Smells really good.
Everything to be nice and even. So you see me going back and forth. I want to mix all the sugar, the flossy, all that. Here's our next one.
Hubba Bubba.
Alright. It's like Hubba Bubba when we were kids and the big mouth too right there. Alright, check this out. We don't make popcorn, we make kettle corn. You can't do that with popcorn, baby.
Kettle Corn Revolution.
Yes. The biggest question is what's the difference between popcorn and kettle corn right there. You'll never see anybody pop popcorn, pop their flossing right in there with it. Look, every kernel's covered. If you watch on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you'll never see anybody do this. You know why? Because they usually throw it all in. Well, I want it all mixed. That's why you see how good of coverage we have. Right? You ever smell the Hubba Bubba?
Definitely smells like bubble gum.
All right, guys, you just joined us. The Duchess didn't get the shit one. She got the good one. She did go to the dollar store. She actually ponied up. Her mini eggs. All right.
Look at that pink. It's good.
All right.
It's Easter Bunny approved. He told me.
All right, let's check that out, guys. Right there. That's the difference.
You guys see the difference.
Every piece is covered. See that's all the sugar, all the flossine, all that is right on there. Look. You see how it's all stuck together? Well, actually, we can feel the heat. When people don't feel the heat, when it doesn't stick together like that, because they cheapen out. They use half the product, use half the sugar. We just did a whole video, a whole series on my caramel. One bag of our caramel is 2 to 1 from my competition. Hey, dude, he didn't make it. He's on the wall of shame. So everybody that puts a challenge into the Doc, we're actually going to go one-on-one. Then we're going to have a wall here of all the different challengers. We're here with our bubble gum and our blue raspberry. It just tastes like Hubba Bubba, like when we were kids. We did the big chew, shoved it in our mouth. Like when you go down and see Mary Baker in Millbrook, Ontario at Becker's, right? What are you here for, Scotty? The big shoe. And maybe a Playboy book.
Well, he's got the earrings for it.
Oh, yeah. This is one thing you don't see with popcorn, guys. They don't sift it. Why? Because they just want to put it in the bag and get your cash. I don't want to eat shit. That's why I'm like a broken record. See all the stuff right there? That's all our waste. Why is ours the best? Because we have 1/2-inch holes. And we have over 500 holes on this table. You see how it goes to the edge? Most of them come out to here. If you've seen the manufacturer ones, they come out to here. I had this custom made. They wanted 1/2-inch holes. They have a smaller hole. I didn't want all that shit going to my customers. That's why you'll see us, we're always working the product. I don't want little shit. I don't want kernels. I don't want people breaking their teeth, such as me. You sell wholesale, retail, Canadian made, locally made, handmade. That's our gig. We do everything to small batches. We have our caramelizer. We show all our stuff. We clean our equipment every time we use it. You'll see me always clean the kettle. Every time before we do a pop, we clean the kettle. You get better bop. You get better coverage. You get less old maid. It's money. And why don't people do it? Because they're lazy. If you want it to work like new, you have to clean it like new. Like my father-in-law used to say, he says, how do you know what it's like? You have to taste it. Any chef, any cook, you see they're always tasting. Is there enough salt or was that? Have you ever seen a popcorn guy taste it? I never taste it. You watch all the videos of any guy doing popcorn, what do? They throw it off. Have you ever seen him eat it, taste the Duchess?
I have not, no.
No. Earl Taylor, big shout out to you. That's who he taught me. He was a cook. He was a chef. He owned Chubby's Cheddar House. I went in. I used to date his daughter. I walk in the restaurant. He'd yell at Atlanta, "Hey, did you try that gravy? Well, it's good, Earl." How the hell do you know that? He would lose his shit because they didn't taste it. He can go like this. Hey, I think it needs a little more salt. It's like a little robin's egg.
And this is available if you are watching our YouTube show right now. This is now available to order online at drbusterstreets.ca.
All right, third bag of minis. Duchess says don't be a tight ass.
That's what he's always telling me. He should listen to his own advice.
Maybe take my own advice. All right, so I want people to go on the internet, which you'll never do, and show me somebody who does exactly what we do. Plus we have a full candy line that we released. Look at all those eggs. So, have you ever seen a kettle corn Duchess with bubblegum, blue raspberry, and not the shit eggs?
No, I have not.
Either bought.
No.
So when I started this company, the three things I wanted was Canadian made, locally made, and handmade. I come from the area. If you go High Spring Trading Post, that was my mom and dad. They started that business. They're in business for over 55 years. If you go over to Chubby's Cheddar House, that's Earl and Mary Taylor. They started that business from nothing. I married their daughter. So, do I know what it takes? Yeah. It takes a lot of hard work and drive. And why these people, my dad was in business for 55 years of selling business. My parents have both passed away because they had a quality product. People would come back. It's not like a fly-by-nighter. They have their product. All right, guys, I'm going to tell you a story about a blue jay. I used to live in Millbrook, and if anybody's from the Brook, they probably know my parents own High Spring Trading Post downtown. Well, my parents, we had pet raccoons. We had a crow for 45 years, a talking crow. We had Peter, we had Sam, we had all sorts of critters. Well, when we lived in Millbrook, my dad had the saddle shop downtown. Well, my sister brought home a blue jay with a broken wing, and we named him Dandy. Well, he was about this high, and we had a cage out front. Well, he had a wolf whistle. He goes, so all the girls would be walking by my dad's shop, and all of a sudden, this wolf whistled, and the women would come in, like, who whistled? I mean, my dad would point to the bird, and he was that high in the cage, and everybody thought, oh, no, there's no worry, the bird. But it was actually the bird. My mom would be there verifying it, that my dad didn't whistle at all these women, but his name was Dandy. We had him for 10 years.
Holy.
This Robin. It was a blue jay, sorry. We love the blue jay. We had a pet pigeon too. My sister had a pet pigeon, And the pigeon would actually sit on her shoulder as she rode her bike around Millbrook. Her name was Debbie. And she called it Pidgey, which wasn't kind of original. She ended up telling us years later she went up in the barn and stole it out of the nest and brought it home and said it fell out of the nest. Of course, my mom had a big heart, so when we had a pet pigeon, she had it for like 10, 12 years, this pigeon, pet pigeon.
Did she teach it how to carry notes?
No, we had this thing around its leg. My dad made it with leather, with a string, so it flew away. And that first time I remember my sister, it went away, all of a sudden slipped out of her, slipped it off. The pigeon went up the tree. My sister was crying. She called it, came right back, put it right on her shoulder around all town.
Crazy. Animals are so smart.
Yeah. We had a pet raccoon. We had a whole bunch of pet raccoons. And if you go into Millbrook, we used to take him in the fair. Then we go to the Millbrook Pond. His name was Mickey. And my dad made this harness for it. And the lazy thing, we would catch crayfish and throw them up on shore. And the raccoon would eat the crayfish. And he'd just sit there eating while me and my sister and brother were catching crayfish for Mickey. But yeah, we had a talking crow. And if you guys know it, his name was Sam. And he lived for 45 years. He was older than all of us kids at that time. We had a pet sheep. His name was Pebbles. That's what I was talking. When we went back to Millbrook there, and he used to run into Lyle Duchess, one style Lyle. Like if you went in there for a trim, you usually come out bald. You only have one style. Yeah, on there. You never went.
Somebody in the comments remembered one style Lyle actually.
Oh, yeah,
their dad used to get his hair cut there.
And if you did go in there, that used to be the old bank because where his chairs were, there was a vault. The vault was still there from the bank.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it was really fit. So I remember going one style Lyle. You have the bench with the booster seat with the red on it. And our sheep was named Pebbles. So the sheep was going into the store while the sheep would go into Lyle's place, and Lyle would yell at it, "Get out!" Well, then it would shit. Because when you scare them, the person needed to poop. There'd be like 100 pellets, and the sheep would follow me and my brother into the one style Lyle. Yeah.
Okay, something pretty upstairs. One more bag.
Maybe. All right, guys, check this out. This is our Easter mix. Check out. Oh yeah, the Duchess didn't get the shitty eggs. We got the good eggs. We got bubblegum. We got blue raspberry.